My mother-in-law has gotten kidnapped. The kidnapper has requested a $10 million ransom. If he doesn't receive the money in his bank account in an hour, he'll kill the hostage immediately. But my calls to Josiah's phone never go through. When there's only 1 minute left on the timer, Josiah calls me back calmly. Since that hag is already that old, she might as well die. I'm not wasting my money on her. Just like that, my mother-in-law is thrown into the sea by the furious kidnapper. The search and rescue team has to resort to using long hooks in order to fish her corpse out of the sea. As soon as the body is delivered to the crematorium, Josiah sends me a voice message excitedly. Have your mom's corpse sent to the studio. Vivian's performance needs a corpse anyway. Using a real corpse will make the whole performance seem more realistic. I'm pissed off, to say the least. So that bastard thinks that my mom is the one who died, huh? After that, I have my mother-in-law's corpse, which is completely disfigured from all the fishing and hooking, sent to the studio without any hesitation. By the time I arrived, Josiah Broadway was feeding Vivian Spencer a bite of cake, holding it right up to her lips. They were smiling at each other like they were in a romance drama. With a real body as a prop, Vivian's performance is definitely taking home the gold. Vivian immediately pressed herself against him, clinging to his arm and rubbing up against it. It's all thanks to you, Joe. Without you, where would I find something this realistic? The moment Josiah saw me, his face twisted with contempt. Your mom just died, and you're dressed like that? She never had much dignity when she was alive. Now her body's rotting like this. Guess the kidnappers figured her money was dirty and not worth taking. I had thought Vivian had been the one who delayed the ransom, but Josiah actually thought the dead woman was my mother. Besides, what gave him the right to insult her like that? Back when he had nothing, it was my mother who funded his startup. Vivian wrinkled her nose as the body was wheeled in. That's disgusting. Don't let it dirty the set. This dress is couture. I frowned. She's dead. Show some respect. Josiah scoffed and kicked the body. Respect? That shameless woman should have died a long time ago. If her body can be useful as Vivian's prop, that's more than she deserves. I almost laughed from sheer anger. A $10 million ransom meant nothing to Josiah. He had spent more than that on handbags for Vivian. Yet he had dragged it out until the hostage was killed, and now he stood here, toasting champagne with Vivian like nothing had happened. How cruel. Joe, don't be so hard on Sienna. Her mom just died, so it's normal she's upset, Vivian said sweetly. Her mom can't come back to life. At least she can still be useful. If her sacrifice helps my art, that's meaningful, isn't it? Josiah pulled her closer and said, see how kind Vivian is? Yet you just stand there with that blank face. Your mom deserved what she got, he added with a smirk. Don't worry. After the explosion tears her apart, I'll be generous and give you a plastic bag to collect the ashes. Watching them cling to each other, I felt cold all over. How long had they been sleeping together behind my back? Do whatever you want with the body. Blow it up, burn it, I don't care, I said flatly. But insult my mother again, and you'll regret it. Josiah shoved me. Who the hell do you think you are to threaten me? He raised his hand to slap me, but his phone rang. He glanced at the screen and hung up immediately, annoyed. My dad's assistant again. So damn irritating. Vivian leaned into him, soft and clingy. Is your dad pushing you about a meeting again? How annoying. He's always interrupting us, she added. Forget it. Don't let it ruin your mood. The next act is about to start. All the journalists are waiting to see your big moment. At that, Josiah grinned and gestured for the crew to drag the body to the blast point. Set it up. We're starting now. I had been married to Josiah for 3 years. Karina Dusk, his overbearing mother, had never once treated me like I was worth anything. She mocked me for not being able to get pregnant and said it was karma. Even my mother wasn't spared from her insults. What she didn't know was that I had hidden Josiah's infertility diagnosis to protect his pride. Karina would pinch me in my sleep when Josiah wasn't home. When I woke up startled, she'd just smile and ask what was wrong. Once she shoved me while I was cooking. Hot oil splashed across my hand, blistering my skin. But all she said was that I was in her way. At the thought of this, I clapped slowly. Go ahead, blow it up. This is your choice. Just don't regret it later. The media swarmed around Josiah immediately. Mr. Broadway, we heard today's performance will be unlike anything before. Josiah beamed. We're using a real human body as a prop for a live explosion. Vivian's performance is going to win the gold. No question about it. The journalist lit up. This was headline material. Josiah turned to me, his eyes full of disgust. Sienna, if you ruin Vivian's performance today, you won't get a single bit of your mother's ashes back. I laughed. I really wanted to see his face when he realized that the corpse was his own mother. Suddenly, my phone buzzed with a text. Ms. Howard, Mr. Broadway Sr. is on the way. Has